radio.com website or follow AMP on amp2.tv website to see radio.
Just like taking care of business, we're going to take care of business tonight. Yes, we are back. FAU Today. Kory K. Mitchell, Aaron Shapiro, and we are here.
Yes, we are. We're here. How's everything going with you, Kory?
Everything's going great. You know, we missed last week. You know, it was finals week, midterms, and we have to be studious and get good grades. That's what FAU is about.
A little bit, right? Actually, a lot of it, right?
Doing what's right. That's what we're about. And you know, before we get started on tonight's show, special thanks to everybody listening on air on the dial, WNN 1470, watching us on the website, WNN1470am.com, and also on amp2.tv. And a special shout out to my man, Rob Cunningham, over there at Planned Growth and Marketing. I know you're listening right now, so I want you and everybody else to call in at 888-565-1470. This week, Aaron.
Yeah.
Basketball season is wrapping up. Baseball season is getting going.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, there is a lot. This whole month is packed full of FAU sports because there's so many interweaving. Like you said, as basketball's wrapping up, baseball starting, softball starting, and sand volleyball started for the first time in FAU history. I had to MC that ribbon cutting. Absolutely great ceremony and fantastic to have that sport now at FAU.
How was the ceremony?
The ceremony was absolutely fantastic. President Kelly was out there. Pat Chun was out there. And it was absolutely an amazing day. It was the cool weather. It was that week of the cool weather. And the girls were out there. They brought out the stands. There was tons of fans out there, way more than I anticipated. I'm talking about 2 bleachers full of stands, maybe 100 to 200 people. And we kicked it off right. Sand volleyball is the fastest growing NCAA sport. Did you know that?
You learn something new every day.
Every day.
And for our listeners who doesn't know, Pat Chun is our athletic director at FAU.
Yep.
He's an important person. He's been real instrumental with the athletic department.
He is. He's very hands-on, and he's a great guy. He's always there. He's at events, and he always brings his children. I see him at the basketball games, baseball games. I don't know when he sleeps or when he does any of his business stuff, but he's always supporting, and that's why I love him the most.
And not only does he support in person by actually going to these games, we have a new football facility going on, a new, a rec building for athletes only?
For athletes only. They're going to have indoor for the football players. They're going to have a weight room. It's going to be right next to the stadium. It's going to be colossal.
And I know a lot of people like to say, FAU, a mid-Division I school. What are we doing with the indoor facility? We're on the rise right now.
Yeah, we're rising fast and quick.
And let me give you a little science tip. If you play a sport in South Florida, you know during the summer and beginning of fall, you lose many practices because of rain, lightning delays.
Yep.
No longer will be the case with this new indoor stadium, and watch how it makes a difference in the win-loss column.
Oh, I absolutely agree. And not only that, it's going to attract major prospects. Who's not going to want to come in these brand new facilities?
And speaking of major prospects, little did you know, FAU football team, we ranked second in Conference USA in terms of this year's recruiting class, behind Marshall, who a lot of people forget, finished the season undefeated.
Yeah, and that's amazing. And you know what? I'm really excited. And I talked to our cornerbacks, our DBs, when we're walking up and down the Breezeway. You didn't know the Breezeway is the vein, our life campus right there.
It is the heart of the Boca campus.
So if you don't know what the Breezeway is, that's where everything goes down. That's where all our tables are set up, all our athletic promoting is, and that's where you're going to see all of our athletes, everyone hanging out. So I talked to a couple of football players, and they told me how excited they are for this football season. They also told me that they had a Marine guest speaker come in, and they had to go on the beach, and they had a killer workout on the beach. They had to do push-ups in the sand. They were making them sugar cookies, making them go in the water, come out, roll in the sand. They said it was a great team-building exercise, but they said it was a lot of work.
And speaking of that, our very own corner from FAU, Dejon DJ Smith, was invited to the NFL Combine last week. And out of cornerbacks, I must say, he was tied for the 4th fastest 40-yard dash, running it in 4.4 seconds. and also got 18 reps on the bench press, which is 225 pounds. And I don't know if you keep up with NFL metrics,
Right.
but that's pretty damn good.
No, that's really good. And you know what? That's just going to be another player that we could add to our roster. Say, you know what? Is we have another NFL prospect coming out of FAU. It's going to be another one to talk about, another person to add to the traditions of FAU, and it's just moving in the right direction.
Moving in the right direction. The past 4 years, Aaron, you know, we've had a football player drafted in the NFL these past 4 years.
Yeah.
And last year, we had more players than the University of Florida drafted.
And that's amazing. And you know what? Alfred Morris is still my favorite. Even though he's got the most credit, he's still my favorite. He's one of the hardest working guys I see in the NFL, and I look forward to seeing him again this season.
And you know what, Aaron? Being that you are the voice of FAU athletics,
Yeah.
there's more to sports than just football. What's going on, Aaron? I want to talk about the tennis team. I want to talk about the softball team, but you have the answers to all that.
Yeah. Well, these players are doing a lot, and I want to talk a lot about the women's softball team. If you don't know, they're 16-3 right now. They're coming off one of their best records that they've had so far since under Coach Joyce. And we've talked about Coach Joyce, and she's an absolute legend. We could have a whole 30-minute show talking about Coach Joyce.
We
But
can have an hour show talking about Coach Joyce.
if you don't know who Coach Joyce is, definitely tune in. Keep staying tuned in. We're going to be talking about her today. We're going to be talking about her a lot during this radio show because she's a legend.
You know what? We're going to go to break real quick, but just to give you a tease before break, how many athletic coaches you know play on the national women's basketball team, golfed in the LPGA tournament, and volleyball was her first sport? Find out more after the break.
Times are tough, and right now those in the commercial world know that being heard via advertisements is the name of the game. AmpSquare.tv understands how important advertisement is and is proud to express that it's truly the only plugged-in internet television production company on the market. Amp2.tv live streams all their shows across all the major selling markets in the U.S. and abroad. Call them at 866-224-5422. The AmpSquare.tv library allows productions to be seen over and over again, making commercial platforms more usable. Call 866-224-5422. Toll free 866-224-5422. Amp2.tv, the first and only internet television network that's truly plugged in. 866-224-5422. That's AMP2.TV. You are listening and watching Taking Care of Business, powered by AMP2.TV, as your host brings you new concepts using radio and TV together, forming a powerful platform for business people in all areas. You have a question or comment? Call in 888-565-1470, and our host will provide ideas to bring your business to life. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to FAU Today. It's Kory Mitchell with my man Aaron Shapiro. And again, thanks to everybody listening on the dial, WNN 1470 AM, and also watching on the websites, WNN1470am.com and amp2.tv. And before the break, we were talking about FAU softball coach John Joyce, the all-world when it comes to athletics.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about her season, man.
You know what? I go out there and I try to watch the women's softball team almost every game that I can because these girls are exciting to play. Coach Joyce is she's in the dugout. She's really hands-on with her players, and she's one of the nicest people you could ever meet. And she actually had her 800th career win, 20 years with FAU. 800th career win. After the 800th career win, you know what she did?
What'd she do?
She went to the concession stand and helped serve food to the fans.
And you know what? John Joyce has been inducted into numerous Hall of Fames. I can't count them. I can't remember them all.
Yeah.
But I can assure you, FAU has a living legend coaching the softball team because when she retires, she will be in the NCAA Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
And you know what? As good as she is a softball coach, let me run down some of her players when she played professional softball. Let's see. She has the most consecutive All-Star team selections with 19. She has 8 MVP awards. She has the most victories in a season with 42. She was a pitcher, and as Aaron informed me during a commercial break, she struck out Major League Baseball players throwing a softball.
Yeah, she did. Incredible, right?
Incredible.
Unbelievable. I wish that I could go back in the day and see young Coach Joyce.
And we could give her all the accolades in the world being a softball player. But how do we tell listeners she's also a member of the U.S. Women's National Basketball Team?
It's unbelievable. You know what? I want to get her on the radio. I think if we get enough fans calling in, enough callers calling in, I'm going to tell Coach Joyce to come in and give a personal interview on our FAU Today.
888-565-1470. I tell you what, we're on the air until 8 o'clock. If we get 5 callers before 8, we will demand Coach Joyce come in here and do an interview.
Absolutely. And I will. And you know what? I've worked with her a lot. She knows that I care about the program. I've emceed a lot of their games, and it's going to happen. Get 5 callers in. I'll make it happen.
888-565-1470. And if you are an Owls fan, an FAU alumni, or you just interested about the institution, not only the athletic programs, but just what FAU stands for, make sure you call in.
Absolutely. Especially if you're, I have a personal project. We opened up in 1961, right? A little bit of history. We opened in 1961. We had our first graduating class in 1964, but that was only upper division and graduate classes. We had our first undergraduate class graduating in 84, right? I want some of those callers to call in. I want the true diehard, the beginning, the root of FAU callers calling in. I want this show to be for them.
Aaron wants the guys that saw President Lyndon Johnson speak at our inauguration.
Yes.
He wants the original FAU alumni that still remember the military base, not all these sky-rising dormitories we have.
Yeah, I want to see that. Call in, get in contact with us. I would love to talk to you and even just hook you guys up with tickets or merchandise, whatever I need to let you guys know that we appreciate you and we love you. Call in that original graduating class.
And you know what, Aaron? FAU, we receive a lot of criticism from the community because we don't engage enough with the Boca Raton and the surrounding communities.
Yeah.
We don't interact with the alumni. We don't reach out to keep a family, a bond, a tradition going along. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what FAU Today is for.
Yeah.
We're trying to bridge the gap between alumni, prospective students, and the community. Because if FAU doesn't do a good job showing the community that we appreciate you, Aaron Shapiro and Kory Mitchell will.
Absolutely. 110 graduating class members since our opening. That's a lot. Call in. Let us know.
And we know the majority of you guys live here. South Florida is paradise. You wouldn't graduate from FAU to move to Wyoming or Montana. You're still down here.
Yeah.
You're listening in your car. Interact with us.
Yeah, we want to know. We want to especially come out to a game, and I would love to meet you, talk to you, and include you in the events and what's going on.
Speaking of that, Aaron, I attended a game last week.
Okay.
I seen you talking. You know, we were texting because you were working. I couldn't really interact with you like I wanted to.
Yeah.
I was at a basketball game, and you know what? I was utterly disappointed.
Men's, right?
Men's basketball.
I know.
Utterly disappointed, man.
8-19, 1-15 in the conference. It's, you know what, like I said, I don't know if you listened in. If you listened in last week, we talked about how the basketball team is going to be growing next year. Trust me. Let this one ride out. This is a rebuilding recovery. Coach Curry, his first season with us, right? Next season, I'm telling you, this record is not going to be representative of how these guys are going to be playing. They're going to be either above 500 or even better.
You know what, Aaron? I'm going to play devil's advocate right now. Coach Mike Jarvis took our Owls team to multiple NIT tournaments.
Okay.
We never made the big dance.
Yeah.
But we went somewhere.
Okay.
Never once did we have a losing record. How can we go from firing Mike Jarvis, a guy that took Seton Hall to the NCAA tournament, a guy that coached Patrick Ewing, to Michael Curry, who in his own rights was an NBA coach, the head coach for the Detroit Pistons?
Yeah.
How did we go from a subpar Monday program to being the worst basketball team in Florida?
You know what? I think it's just one of those things, being a former player, when you have new head coach, when you have new leadership come in, it's a rough transition sometimes, you know? And that transition has been a little bit rougher than it should have been this year. And they lost a lot of games that they couldn't close out, and that's just got to do a lot with heart. That's got to do with a lot of the mentality of our seniors. And our freshmen coming in have some heart. They have that passion. It's burning in their chest, and I see it, and I think that's going to be the difference maker. It's the culture. It's the culture.
And you know what? You're absolutely right. Part of a new regime is out with the old and with the new.
Yep.
Tell the community, because I know.
Yeah.
Tell the people who want to access FAU basketball information but can't get it. Tell them about the rising young stars we have on our basketball team.
Yeah, we have Adonis. Adonis, he came from us. He's going to be our shooting guard, point guard. He's going to be fantastic. We have our center, big man Ron. He's coming in. He's 7 foot. If you're part of the community, you want to know, definitely go check out the FAU Owl Athletics homepage, and you'll see all the players that we get coming in. All of our recruits, we're pulling them from major universities, major schools across the country. And like we said, we had the best recruiting class or second recruiting class for football. I think basketball is going to be the same way. I think Coach Curry is a great recruiter. And I think that the FAU community needs to be on board and listening to FAU Today to make sure they keep up with it. And we'll let you know more and more as we go along, as we get closer to basketball season, how we're going to do it and what our players look like.
You know what? That's a great assessment, and I'm glad you said that. And a little-known fact, on Coach Curry's coaching staff, he has a guard. It's not Aaron McKee.
Okay.
He played for the 76ers. I want you to look this up right now.
Yep.
He played for the 76ers with AI. He was the 2 guard. I can't think of his name right now, but I want all our listeners to know this guy, while Aaron pulls up his information, was the only basketball player in NBA history to play on the same team as Allen Iverson and LeBron James.
Really?
So when these kids come in to play, not only are they getting coached by a professional former NBA head coach, but from a guy who also played with 2 Hall of Famers and arguably the best player ever in LeBron James. You found his name yet?
Can't find his name yet. We'll get back to him after break, right?
We will get to him after break. It's 7:49. We get into the final stretch of FAU Today. Make sure you stay put so we could give you that name and listen in on 1470.
Times are tough, and right now those in the commercial world know that being heard via advertisements is the name of the game. AmpSquare.tv understands how important advertisement is and is proud to express that it's truly the only plugged-in internet television production company on the market. Amp2.tv live streams all their shows across all the major selling markets in the U.S. and abroad. Call them at 866-224-5422. The AmpSquare.tv library allows productions to be seen over and over again, making commercial platforms more usable. Call 866-224-5422. Toll free 866-224-5422. Amp2.tv, the first and only internet television network that's truly plugged in. 866-224-5422. That's AMP2.TV. You are listening and watching Taking Care of Business, powered by Amp2.tv, as your host brings you new concepts using radio and TV together, forming a powerful platform for business people in all areas. You have a question or comment? Call in 888-565-1470, and our host will provide ideas to bring your business to life. Now, back to the show.
Welcome to the final stretch, the 7th inning stretch, the 3rd intermission, the 2-minute warning of FAU Today. We are thankful for all our listeners listening to us on the dial and viewing us online at amp2.tv and WNN1470am.com. And you know what? Before the break, we were searching for that name of that one FAU coach.
We found it.
That played with LeBron James and Allen Iverson.
Eric Snow. Eric Snow. I love that guy. He was a great player. Great player in the NBA. And you know what? He's also a great mentor for these young kids coming in. I see him in practice. Not only does he discipline them, he pulls them to the side of the court. He puts his arm around them. He tells them how to get better. He's not just a discipliner, but he's a motivator. He's a mentor. And that's why I think Eric Snow and Coach Curry, good 1-2 punch combo.
And you know what? FAU men's basketball team is a great representation of the FAU institution itself.
Yeah.
Because I remember when Coach Michael Curry was hired, he told the press, Pat Chung was there, you were there, I was there, a few people were there. He told the press he doesn't want to recruit basketball kids to take them to the NBA.
Yeah.
He wants to recruit basketball kids so after their 4 years of learning at Florida Atlantic University, they can interview for a Fortune 500 job.
Yeah.
And you can see that by the way he nurtures these children. As you say, Coach Snow disciplines the kids.
Yeah.
But he also gives them a helping hand and show them the right way to do, the right things to do. How many times do we turn to ESPN and this program has a player suspended for fighting? This program has a player shot. This program is beating up, has multiple students beating up their girlfriends. When the last time have you heard any of that in FAU?
None. No, I haven't heard anything. And a little personal story, I was filming, right, Kory? I was filming inside the borough. And I wanted to step into Coach Curry's office. I usually have to say hi to him every now and then. So I go into his office, say hi. There's 2 players in there working on essays that he's helping them with their essays. Like you said, he's not just a discipliner or a head coach. He wants these kids to succeed off the court as well. I walk in, I was impressed. They're on their laptops, and he's helping them out write their school papers.
And as a fan, as any fan of your sports team, you want them to win.
Yeah.
But you know what? We have something special here at FAU. I know all the alumni and all the people in the communities, they're wondering, why can't we get over the hump? Why isn't FAU competing with the Florida States or the University of Alabama? It's the powerhouse, prestigious programs.
Yeah.
It's because we're doing it the right way in Boca Raton.
Yeah, we are.
Look at the news blotter. Watch the local news. Boca Raton community, South Florida, the Tri-County area. Show me something where FAU student athlete is not being a model citizen.
Yeah.
We're doing things the right way here. Catch the wave at FAU because we
the
are
wave.
doing things the right way and we're only going north.
Yeah, we catch, and you know what? I work a lot with them with doing community service. These students are hands-on. These student athletes just don't want to play the sport. They're in the offices. They want to do community service. They're at Al Henderson. They're at A.D. Henderson, the elementary school right there. They have a field day they're going to be doing in April. These students are hands-on with the community. So that's why it's so important for FAU Today to let you guys know how much it means to them to come out to the games and come out and see me at the games and come talk to me and become a big community. This is not just an FAU community, not just a Boca Raton community. Even if you live outside the area, a lot of students commute. It's a community here at FAU that we not only nurture our athletes nurture the community, giving back to the youth, and that's why I love it.
And you know what, Aaron? You hit it right on the head. And I'm not going to chastise our listeners who don't interact with the FAU athletic program because I know. I understand that it isn't adequate promotion. I understand it isn't enough promotion, enough apparel, enough this, enough that. Everything that's blockading the community from uniting with FAU.
Yeah. Well, they never had an FAU Today.
No more.
No more. It's here now.
You stole my line. FAU Today is to make sure this problem doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's our job to give the community everything you need to know about FAU.
Yeah.
And it's your job to step up to the plate and support us.
Well, I know you talked about Florida State, right? Well, they're coming on March 10th. The softball team's playing them. So if you're a Florida State fan, right, and you want to see them lose to FAU, come out and watch them lose.
And also, why don't you get Coach Join Joyce's autograph? You know what? This is what I want our listeners to do.
Okay.
I want you to go on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Just find Join Joyce's page.
Yeah.
The FAU's women's softball head coach. Read through all her accolades and explain to me why you've never seen her in person.
Yeah, absolutely, and why you've never seen the team in person. So now you can go out there, 6 p.m. March 10th on a Tuesday. Go watch FSU play, and then again, we have our block party. We have a giant block party for the FAU community. We're giving away free food. We're giving away free merchandise. That's going to be Saturday, March 28th versus FIU, our rival.
Okay, so all the people who aren't familiar with the block party,
Yeah.
can you tell the listeners out there where to go to interact with this? Because you will be there.
I'll be there.
I will be there.
Yeah, you'll be there. So where you're going to go is you're going to go into the community, right? You're going to go into FAU off Glades Road. You're going to go to the west side of the campus where the softball field is. Top left corner, you can't miss it. You're going to see the bright lights shining. We're going to have everything out there. We're going to have grills. We're going to have food. We're going to have merchandise. I'm going to be out there emceeing. Kory's going to be out there. It's going to be a great event, right? March 28th, 6 p.m. versus FIU.
And he said food. He meant free food.
Free.
Come get a meal and interact with your pastime. Enjoy being in college. And I know we have to wrap this up soon, but our softball team isn't the only sport on the diamond doing well. Let's talk about our baseball team.
Oh my gosh, the baseball team, 9-2, best record since 2009. They're getting off to a great start. I go out to the games all the time. I watch them. Those guys are fantastic. Sometimes you may think they're undersized, but those boys have power.
You know what? It's not the dog in the fight, it's the fight in the dog.
Absolutely.
2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
during the pilot FAU Today, we bragged about sweeping the number 8th ranked team, Miami.
Yeah, we beat them.
Now, we just split a series with a top 10, ranked team in Ohio State.
Yep, we broke top 25.
Listen, FAU baseball, a top 25 program, it will be top 10, and we will win the College World Series. Again, we'd like to thank all our listeners out there who tuned in to FAU Today. Thanks again to Rob Cunningham from Plan Growth and Marketing. Everybody involved at WNN 1470. Our producer on the other end who doesn't type on the microphone. We still appreciate you too, and have a great one, everyone.
You have been listening to Taking Care of Business, powered by AMP2.TV. You can reach AMP2.TV by calling 866-224-5422 and join the AMP2.TV radio TV network. We give you all the tools you need to have your own show, both on radio and TV, and bring new energy and ideas to the business you're trying to promote. If you want to be a leader in new concepts and make your business number one in the area, AMP2.TV has the platforms to get you there. 866-224-5422 is the number to get you started. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
The Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino and Paradise Bank presents The Rascals. Saturday, March 7th to benefit Home Safe. It's the classic rock and roll party with Felix Cavalier and the Rascals. The one event that you need to be at and will benefit and protect families of domestic violence. Hello there, I'm Alan Knight for the Night and Day Show. Join us for the rock and roll party of your life with Nico McBrain.
Hello, boys and girls. Nico McBrain from Iron Maiden here, and you are listening to me on Night and Day Radio.
He knows, now you know, and you can help. HelpHomeSafe.org for your tickets. HelpHomeSafe.org. Saturday, March 7th to benefit Home Safe at the classic rock and roll party.
Talk 1470, WWNN Pompano Beach, Boca Raton, Miami.